येन भूतले ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितां तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि श्रीहरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमां विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Sorry, I was a little late. My jet lag prevented me to come on time. But anyway, we'll be finishing this particular chapter, number 8, the 5 limbs of practice affecting the bhava. So, we were looking into bhava anukula is exemplified. Tadabhava Anukula indicates the observance of Ekadashi, Janmastami, and the vow of Kartika. This observance should be accompanied by of Vraj Bhakti and the renunciation of sense pleasure like fasting should be done solely for the purpose of attaining one's coveted perfection. Another practice that exemplifies Bhava Anukula is the worship of Tulsi Devi with the words like Yai Nivedana Dhara Sakhira Anugata Karo Seva Adhikar Diye Karo Nijadasi. I beg you to make me a follower of the cowherd damsels of Vraja. Please give me the privilege of devotional service and make me your maid servant. The Tulsi Arti that we chant daily in the temple. Activities like observing Ekadashi and worshipping Tulsi Devi are direct limbs of remembrance, chanting and hearing, and are related to bhava. And while they are ingredients of Raganuga Bhakti, their observance is compulsory. In this regard, Srila Prabhupada comments that in Bhakti Sandarbha by Srila Jiva Goswami, there is a quotation from Skanda Purana admonishing that a person who eats grains on Ekadashi becomes a murderer of his mother, father, brother, and spiritual master. And even if he is elevated to a Vaikuntha planet, he falls down. Why so drastic, admonishing is there? Because grain is the root cause of our bodily conception of life. Annat bhavanti bhutani. And we learn that the Papa Purusha is residing in Anna. And Papa Purusha himself is very anxious to become liberated because it is a thankless task for Lord Shri Krishna and he is worried about his own salvation. This entity is an energy, a spiritual entity, exemplified and means personified too. So it is termed as Papa Purusha. Uh, a Papa Purusha compels the jiva to be remaining in bodily conception of life. Uh, when we say something in relation to us, but acquiring the physical body and getting into all the physical attachment and even getting misdirected to utilize our consciousness not in service of Krishna but alluring us to uh, compulsion to get into the material attachment and uh, uh, the sense pleasure. It is all induced by this uh, rascal called Papa Purusha. As if the Purusha is coming and getting completely topsy-turvy for the purpose of that life. But this is the life of bondage, and the three gunas are uh, making the effective, what you call, bodily conception uh, for the Papa Purusha. So Krishna has devised uh, this particular body, even though it is an image of him. Man is made in the image of God. But this body is completely, in an opposite direction. So naturally, when we are entering into the bhakti, uh, we are reminded, oh, see, this is the compulsion and automatic acquirement of the body governed by the Papa Purusha. So the jiva uh, is influenced by the Papa Purusha. Naturally, it's a thankless task, and it is um, controlled simply by Maya. Uh, so this Papa Purusha wants to get relief, and therefore Ekadashi has to be performed for his relief. If he is relieved, we are relieved. If Papa Purusha is relieved, we are automatically relieved. If we become purified by fasting on other days, regular days, the influencer of those days are demigods, and they will be purified. And the benefit is also mutual, so the person is also getting some material benefit. But for Ekadashi, especially, uh, it's not an ordinary thing. Uh, Bodily conception continues even if you fast on uh, the days of the demigods. But Ekadashi is so much important for Vaishnavas that helps essentially to get rid of bodily conception by understanding the purpose of performing Ekadashi for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. If Papa Purusha wants to surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and it will induce us to surrender to the same Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, Prabhupada is telling, that on Ekadashi everything is cooked for Vishnu, including regular grains and dal, but it is enjoined that a Vaishnava should not even take Vishnu Prasadam on Ekadashi. This is said in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, 15th chapter, 9th verse. The devotee will note that following those activities are related to the favorable or to the bhava and are not optional. So you can say when we are shown the uh, um, corresponding effects of not performing, then it gives us impetus, okay, uh, to cultivate the bhava and proper attitude. People have to understand why we are doing Ekadashi. They have to read the story of Ekadashi given in the Ekadashi book. That all the stories are related to how on particular Ekadashi the bhava was essentially created as an uddipan, just uh, uh, becoming very precursor, the beginner of our getting into the mood of renunciation. Although all these practices are limbs of spontaneous devotion, they cannot be neglected. For instance, one cannot neglect to surrender to and take initiation from the spiritual master. Spontaneous devotion does not mean whimsy, but molding one's acquired bhava according to the recognized procedures. When devotees neglect the direction of the saints and scriptures, their spontaneous devotion becomes a sham and their conduct a disturbance in Vaishnava circles. And in this regard, the devotees commenting on Raganuga Sadhana have cited the following verse to emphasize the importance of the following and the duties prescribed by the scriptures. That's Shruti Smriti Puranadi Pancharatra ki vidhi vina Aikantiki Harer Bhakti Utpatayat Kalpate. Devotional service of the Lord that ignores the authorized Vedic literature like the Upanishad Puranas and Narada Pancharatra is simply an unnecessary disturbance in the society. This is also quoted in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, first canto, second chapter, 101st verse. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur includes wearing tulasi, neckbead, tilaka, and the names of footprints of Krishna drawn with Gopi Chandan and Bhava Anukula. Being daily functions, they are accompanied by and are the limbs of the recitation of Krishna's names and remembrance of him. Uh, do we do that? Every day we try to put the even Achman with the names of the Supreme Lord, even Tilaka with the names of the Supreme Lord. So while putting the Tilaka, we have to meditate on that Supreme Lord. You have the deity of Purushottam, you have the deity of uh, uh, Janardhan, you have the deity. They are all Vishnu tattvas, which Vishnu forms are there. Another limb of bhakti that is favorable to Raganuga sadhana is not a practice but a frame of mind, the universally praised Vaishnava quality of humility. Yesterday we saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has defined the cultivation and the symptoms of humility in this way. Pranadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. One who thinks himself lower than the grass, who is more tolerant than a tree, and who does not expect personal honor, yet he is always prepared to give all respects to others, can very easily always chant the holy name of the Lord. This is in Sikshastakam, third verse. So the mood of humility is not only a direct limb of kirtan, but also a direct limb of other 8 limbs of bhakti. This is also explained. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami emphasizes that all devotional practices must be approached and cultivated with the mood of humility. He says, Raising my hands, I declare, everyone please hear me, stirring this verse on the head, on the thread of the holy name, and wear it on your neck for continuous remembrance. So, only then Kirtaniya Sadahari will be possible. This is explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, 17th chapter, 32nd verse. Rupa Goswami. However, humility is not just in the category of Tadbhava Anukula, but because it is directly related to the cultivation of the bhava, it may be said that it is also related to it and so a feature of Tadbhava Sambandhi category. It is in relation. Humility is an outstanding quality of the Brijvasis. Thus, aspiring for their mood of devotion means imbibing the 4 qualities of humility as defined by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. 4 qualities. Pranadapi sunichena, tarorapi savishnuna, amanina manadena, and kirtaniya sadahari. All these 4 are. So, tadbhava, aviruddha category are the limbs of sadhana that are not opposed to bhava. Tadbhava aviruddha. Ruddha means stunning, and aviruddha means not stunning. It makes the way clearer. So, which is not opposed to bhava. This neutral terminology reflects the nature of certain devotional activities that do not explicitly connect with the devotee's raga, but by their passive nature, raga is implied. Raga means attachment. For example, wearing deity's clothes, garlands, and ornaments, and making the body with the Lord's name. These items are markings, don't directly nurture a devotee's mood, but when the devotee is aware of them, then indirectly they do. Therefore, these acts of devotion can also be accepted for Raganuga sadhana. In this regard, Uddhavji says, Tvayopabhukta sragandha vaso alankar charchitaha uchhista bhojaniya dasas tava mayam jameyahi. Simply by decorating ourselves with the garlands, the fragrant oils and clothes and ornaments that you have already enjoyed, and by eating the remnants of your meals, we, our servants, your servants, will indeed conquer your illusory energy. This is the quotation coming from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th Canto, 6th chapter, 46th verse. So, all these practices have been followed in ISKCON. It is so much that we were naturally attracted, but we never seriously dive deep into it. So we are familiar of all these situations that we have to go through our development of seriousness in proceeding towards Raganuga sadhana. So all these activities we have participated, even getting remnants of food every day is Mahaprasad, is one of the most common activity, but it is helping us to develop the power. Some people were as if abusing Mahaprasad. They will eat nothing but Mahaprasad. But then Tad Bhava Anukula situation was not developed. I was told a story before Srila Prabhupada was initiated by one of the acquaintances who became a very good friend of mine in New York, Dr. Sukamal Rai Chaudhary. And in the year 1976, he came in touch with Srila Prabhupada in New York, but he had his previous experiences while he was doing his matriculation in Calcutta, in Bagh Bazar, Gaudiya Math. He happened to have association of Srila Prabhupada. At that time, Abhay Babu. Abhay Babu has a habit to help the Gaudiya Vaishnavas who were frequenting, and his father was associating with them and begging their blessings for Abhay, that he may become servant of Radharani. So he happened to be there, and the god, the Mahant whom he was helping, he had to go out of the town. So for a few days, he had to just oversee the math. That was the reputation of Srila Prabhupada during, before initiation. So he told that there was, I was studying, and I have practically seen that how Srila Prabhupada's demeanor was so much absorbed in an advance, even prior to getting the first initiation. It said there was a cook called Bhakta. He was a pretty hefty, fat cook. And he was cooking for the Lord, he was cooking for the devotees, everything. Then. So he was offering also himself, to the Lord, Rajabhoga especially. And but he was so much attached to the remnants of the Lord that after he would gorge himself and would not give to other devotees. So, in one way, there is an abuse, but in Vaishnava character, how do you bell the cat? In Vaishnava Shishtachar, you can't accuse somebody, but they put up a petition in front of Abhay Babu, and Abhay Babu decided that he would not take prasad, he will fast. And if the chief does not take prasadam, then who would dare to take prasadam except Bhokta? Bhokta, before he would gorge the Mahaprasad that is accumulated, this complaint has gone in. So even though he had not taken his Mahaprasad, so Srila Prabhupada thought to fast him. And because Prabhupada was not eating, nobody is getting prasadam. So Bhokta came to know that Prabhupada is not eating. So he started reflecting something. And when he came to know that there was a petition against him, went to Srila Prabhupada, and therefore Prabhupada wanted to fast. So Bhakta was mortified. Oh, Abhay Babu knew. So this impelled in the heart of Bhakta so much so that he came and begged forgiveness of Srila Prabhupada, Abhay Babu. And without Prabhupada telling anything or reprimanding him anything, not going into the Vaishnava character, apani acharite sikhailo Bhagavad Dharma. Prabhupada exemplified what to do. And Bhakta came to his senses and regretted and begged forgiveness of Srila Prabhupada. So from today onwards, I will distribute Mahaprasad and I will also eat what I'm cooking for the devotees. I can't have special privileges. So please, Prabhupada, you eat. And Prabhupada said, thank you very much. That's all. So, how a Vaishnava, by his activity in complete humility, Vaishnava paradukhe dukhi, even the slightest disturbance in the mind of practicing devotee, the spiritual master becomes an example how to not only tolerance but perseverance and presence of mind in service of Krishna. That yes, Eating Mahaprasad is not a crime, but not distributing to others is a crime, you know. So if Bhakta could understand and by simple this gesture of Srila Prabhupada, that's the ideal character. And Srila Prabhupada's maturity in pure devotional service was there before his initiation. So he must be very well advanced. Okay. No wonder he might be having an influence of Gandhi movement, and he joined for some time. But at the same time, after meeting with his Guru Maharaj, with the mercy of his god brothers, his friends that who were, so that Abhay Babu is a qualified person to get initiated, right? So everything follows. So seeing the psyche and the mind, the spiritual master is also very much, uh, in favor uh, to bestow his mercy upon such a soul. Even we see some of the incidents in then Prabhupada's initiated life. Some devotees were eager that Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur should give some engagement to Bhakti Vedanta, Abhay Charan. So they will say, Guru Maharaj, please give him some service that he can render for the benefit of the whole Gaudiya Math. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj would say, don't rush, he will do everything in time. He was completely, reciprocatory in spontaneity that he told them, don't worry, he will do everything in due course of time. Right? So, so similarly, we need to understand that we have to remain, very conscious of why we need Mahaprasad. Is it generating enough, spontaneity, the raga attachment, etc., in our advancement or not? Uh, uh, Other items of devotion that are not opposed to the desired mood of devotion are worship of cows, serving brahmanas, and hearing stories from Puranas and Mahabharata. That is also Uddipak bhav or generating um, mm, this is the quotation in remembrance of our god brother Kurmarupa Prabhu. Uh, um, Shivaram Maharaj is writing that in light of the recent passing of His Grace Kurmarupa Prabhu, who established care for cows in Vrindavan, and who attained perfection through his many years of dedicated, selfless service to Krishna's cows. Special mention should be made of cows in Dhamma. All ISKCON Dhammas worldwide, compared to the cows elsewhere, which are mentioned herein as belonging to category of Tadbhava Aviruddha. Kurmarupa was one of my favorite god brother. He was serving first in Hartford in late 70s, and then New York, and then gradually moved to India. So in early 80s, then he chose to stay in Vrindavan, and he was desiring to serve cows, and he established a Gaushala for sick cows. One of my good friend, Tamakasha Maharaj's disciple, he was also having privilege to work with him. And I visited his Gaushala and understood the situation of cow protection, how it may be difficult even. Instead of having privilege of the perfection development in devotional service by the power behind such services is to be understood, because simply by lack of money, even local Brijvasis were unable to take care of the cows. So when this was a free facility to help, like a hospital for the cows, maintaining, with a low budget, I was told that if the cow is not giving milk, or it doesn't have any productivity, then the local people deliberately break one of the cow's legs and dump in front of this Gaushala. So they will be forced to take care of it. So such atrocities, even in Vrindavan, which was a malpractice, as influence of Kali, should not be there. But apparently, there is so much discrepancy we find. But it should not be present in the mind of a devotee who is advancing with the power of Bhakti. So his example is being cited by Shivram Maharaj. As Krishna's cows are residents of the Dhamas, they are worshipable as Dhamvasis. Moreover, the Raghavartma Chandrika in the second section entitled Eternal Activities, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that the process of hearing, chanting, and other devotional practices are eternal activities that the devotees should perform incessantly, connecting him with his cherished bhava, that is bhava sambandha. Thus, when the cow protection is done in the consciousness that is integral to one's eternal bhava, as a gopa or gopi, service to Krishna's cow is tad bhavamaya. Tad bhavamaya. We are completely absorbed in the bhava. Just to depend upon some kind of impetus to create a little attraction to follow in that particular mood of a Brijavasi. This is uh, very helpful that such services are eternal services of Guru Vrindavan, and that mood of service can be developed by the devotees with mature understanding. Uh, this kind of incidents we see a lot. During the early 2000, there were a lot of cases of, during Indira Gandhi, that the cows were rounded. And people come in the night to steal the street cows of Vrindavan. That gave rise to some devotees like Archak Prabhu to start a cow protection program. They saw that the thugs will come and with the AK-47 rifle, and they were rounding up the street cows of Vrindavan. So Archak Prabhu also acquired the license to defend, and he created a team which is still working. And we see that such a stealing of the cows, even from our Gaushala in Vrindavan, 4 cows were forcibly taken away. And they all go to Murshidabad in Bengal to be slaughtered or shipped to Bangladesh. And from there, the business will go. Even such congresses are still holding big slaughterhouses in India, even today. And there are so many impediments that they take help of the laws created by the Indira Gandhi government for the benefit. I gave you the example that Atharva Veda, which is interpolated, and that they were propagating politically, that Atharva Veda allows you to eat beef. That if your wife wants to bear a male child, so like that, you know. And Indira Gandhi is quoting, oh, I did not know that in Atharva Veda, in our scriptures, beef is allowed. I was reading an article just recently in Quora, that how is that in Kerala? People are forced to eat beef. Kerala is a state where slaughter of cows is permitted, and central government cannot do anything. They're directly or indirectly alluring beef eating. So anyway, it's a communist government, and people minds are captured, So anyway, Haribol. 15 minutes more.
Okay.
So, other limbs of devotion that are not opposed to the desired mood of devotion are the worship of cows, serving brahmanas, and hearing stories from the Puranas or Mahabharatas. Of course, the study of Srimad Bhagavatam is in a different category than the study of other Puranas. As mentioned earlier, hearing and reading Srimad Bhagavatam is related to the cultivation of bhava, and therefore learned Vaishnavas follow the injunction of Bhagavatam itself and make it study an essential part of their daily sadhana, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. This is in Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, second chapter, 18th verse. Recommended that devotees make service to it a personal activity. The comparison between the benefits of reading Srimad Bhagavatam and other Puranas is given by Sutta Goswami. All other Purana scriptures shine forth in the assembly of saintly devotees only as long as that great ocean of nectar, Srimad Bhagavatam, is not heard. Srimad Bhagavatam is declared to be the essence of all Vedanta philosophy. One who has felt satisfaction from its nectarian mellows will never be attracted to any other literature. This is the quotation of Srimad Bhagavatam, 12th canto, 13th chapter, verse 14 and 15. 12, 13, 14, 15. 12th canto, 13th chapter, 14th and 15th verse. This is very conclusive about the glorification of Srimad Bhagavatam. What it says, the comparison between the benefits of reading Bhagavatam to other Puranas is given by Sutta Goswami. All other Puranic literature shine forth in the assembly of the saintly devotees as long as that great ocean of nectar, Srimad Bhagavatam, is not heard. Srimad Bhagavatam is declared to be the essence of all Vedanta philosophy. One who has felt satisfaction from its nectarian mellow will never be attracted to any other literature. Thus, while reading the other Vedic literature is not detrimental to the mood of devotion, the benefit they give pale comparison to benefits derived from hearing, speaking, and distributing Srimad Bhagavatam. Distributing Srimad Bhagavatam, the benefits are greater. Special mention should be made to the service of Vaishnavas as an ingredient of Tadbhava Sambandhi, Tadbhava Anukula, and Tadbhava Aviruddha. According to Krishna consciousness of the Vaishnavas or Vaishnavas being served, the mood of Raganuga Sadhaka will benefit accordingly. you can see even Vaisheshika Prabhu is so much inspired. Do you think is it without the Tadbhava Sambandhi, Tadbhava Anukula, or Tadbhava Aviruddha? There's a process of distributing Bhagavatam, especially during um, uh, uh, what is that?
Bhadra Purnima Gurmaj.
Bhadra Purnima. Vaisheshika Prabhu started Bhadra Purnima. Even our BBT Mumbai, Bhima Prabhu was writing so much about benefits of Srimad Bhagavatam. These benefits are the development of the higher and higher taste. So, according to Krishna consciousness of the Vaishnavas or Vaishnavas being served, the mood of Raganuga sadhak will benefit accordingly. Rupa Goswami describes three kinds of Vaishnavas in following verse. Uttamadhikari, who has relished his Swarupa and is competent to bless the Raganuga Bhakta in all ways. Madhyamadhikari, who is similarly situated in bhava as the Raganuga Bhakta, and the Kanishtadhikari, whose greed has not yet awakened. The Acharya writes, Krishneti yasya giritam manasendriyeta dikshasti cheta pranatibhischa bhajatam isham Sushrushaya bhajana vignam ananyam anya nindadi shunya hridayam ipsita sangha labdhya. One should mentally honor the devotee who chants the holy name of the Lord. One should offer humble obeisances to the devotee who has undergone spiritual initiation, Diksha, and is engaged in worshipping the deity, and one should associate with faithfully serve that pure devotee who is advanced in undeviated devotional service and whose heart is completely devoid of prosperity to criticize others. So those who are seriously developing Krishna consciousness in their journey, naturally they are getting into the bhava, and even though unknowingly or becoming unaware of the stage they are in, but they do have opportunity to practice. So we should contemplate on this very deeply, all that is available in ISKCON. At what extent are we knowingly acknowledging and imbibing in our practice? This is the advancement towards the Raganuga Bhakti. So I would like to stop here. I have some other program that devotees are trying to push me out. So any question or any comments? I give you at least 10 minutes more. We have not completed this chapter. It is very important that Maharaj is citing examples like Kurmarupa, and all these practices of Bhadra Purnima, which was initiated, distribution of books, book distribution. Vaisheshika is one of the stalwart pioneer He has been a book distributor throughout his life, that I know, because in early time, during late 70s, book distribution was on the peak in New York, and my good fortune that Vaisheshika Prabhu was there. Now he is a GBC also, a guru also. He is in charge of San Jose temple, which is in what they call, um, which strip? Uh, what they call the Google and all other big uh, uh, companies of electronic
Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley, Gurudev.
Valley. He uh, is in charge of San Jose temple, and he's also managing. But he's a profound reader, and he developed this mood and mission to help Srila Prabhupada by showing a personal example. So who said there is nothing available in ISKCON? This is the topic which is applicable, and Shivram Maharaj is making it well-known subject. Many yet have to touch the importance of these books. Anyway, we try to understand, and we take the best of the benefit. Okay, we have bad bargain because we are starting pretty late, but you have long life. Please continue, always advancing. Any question?
One question, Gurmaj, from Mahajwala Gopi Devi Dasi
Mahajwala Haribu.
on the chat. One who is observing the Ekadasi seriously, but somehow when they get health issues, what should they do?
They should fast in the mind. At least they can read. They can have alternatives. If they can't eat grains and beans, but they can eat other things. So, Papa Purusha has to be eradicated by hook or crook. The best way is to refrain from the grains and beans. And if there is some health issue, then the health issue is not only affecting Ekadashi, it will affect every other day. So he has to mold, just like I cannot eat grains because it increases my sugar, so I have stopped it. So most of my diet consists of Ekadashi permissible item. Of course, I abuse on Ekadashi and the nature of tapioca, kappa, amma kappa. Kappa is tapioca roots. It's freely available in Kerala because they grow it. And I happen to be all the time since my childhood in kappa making region of East Africa. So I had a habit, and if I eat little, but I do eat on Ekadashi, but my sugar shoots up. But anyway, that is Ekadashi, that at least I'm not eating grains and beans. I'm trying to keep the Papa Purusha liberated on that day.
Sri
Is it?
Radhavana has a hand up.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances.
Glory to Prabhupada.
Yeah. Thank you, Maharaj. Very nicely explained about this. Now, regarding Ekadasi, I have one question. Now, Shastra did mention lot of importance of the Ekadasi, and even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Sachimata to fast on Ekadasi. But we see in other sampradayas, at least Sri Sampradaya, I see, they do very good worship on Ekadasi, but regarding the grains, they do accept the grains. And also in Jagannath Puri, it is said that on Ekadasi, there is an exempt, like devotees, like, people can have grains on Ekadasi. Can you please clarify on this, Guru Maharaj?
The clarification is that they are not in our sampradaya. So it doesn't mean they will not, they can easily get rid of the Papa Purusha. No. Papa Purusha itself has been explained in Ekadashi Mahatmya. And Jagannath Puri, they say they mix fish into Mahaprasad and they eat anyway. So do you think this practice of sabaras to be adopted? It's not civilized practice. Sabaras are still there, who were, been instrumental worshippers of Lord Jagannath. And Lord Jagannath was accepting their worship. So even Jagannath Puri, Ramanuja was kicked out. So even in Ramanuja Sampradaya, if their practices are pertaining or influenced by Jagannath Puri, then let them have it. But it doesn't reduce the significance of liberating the Papa Purusha on Ekadasi.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Okay, one comment from Vrishabhanu Sutta.
Yes.
She was remembering Udipak. She was remembering Bhaktivinoda Thakur talking about the places in Vrindavan. Radha Kunda Tata Kunja Kutir Govardhana Parvat Yamuna Tir. As something we haven't come across them yet.
No,
Hare
I
Krishna
sang
Guru
this.
Maharaj.
Yeah, bolo.
Dandot Pranam. So there is a
Correct.
song by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakurji in his book Sharanagati.
Yes.
So I was just remembering that.
Radha
So
Kunda Tata Kunja Kutira Govardhanam Parvat Jamuna Tira Radha Kunda Tata Kunja Kutira. That's the song. Beautiful. That is a selection Bhaktivinoda Thakur is choosing to do the internal bhajan. You need to be yourself with the Lord sitting in the heart for advancing in such a place. You visit, get inspired. But there are also other apasampradayas there sitting, and people are attracted by no sthai bhav. It's temporary. And they get back from such atmosphere back to their materialistic life. So what is the use?
yes, Maharaj.
Okay.
Right, Gurmaj, you have to go now, Gurmaj?
Yes. So thank you very much. Krishna bless you. We'll
Thank you,
see you
Gurmaj.
tomorrow.
Hare Krishna, Gurmaj.
Hare